Water relations. Coming to the importance of water to plant life. Water constitutes about 80 to 95% of total body weight of plant tissue. It is a main constituent of protoplasm, and water is the best solvent for nutrients in the soil. And water is a medium for the movement of various dissolved substances. Water serves as a medium for transport of minerals and solutes to different parts of the plant body via xylem and fluid. Water directly take part in biochemical reactions, and it is also important for photolysis of water during photosynthesis. And even in transpiration, water is converted into water vapor, and water maintains the turgidity of cells, and the seeds absorb water for germination. Coming to the different processes, that is the first one, diffusion. Diffusion is a process of movement of molecules from a region of higher concentration to a region of low concentration. Diffusion takes place from a region of higher diffusion pressure to a lower diffusion pressure. The types of diffusions in plants are of two types. One is simple diffusion, where diffusing molecules do not combine with constituents of membrane. The second one is facilitated diffusion, where the molecules diffuse through membrane with the help of transporter protein. And the third one is diffusion pressure. Here, the pressure exerted by molecules, that is, it can be gas, liquid, or a solid, with tendency to diffuse from a region of its higher concentration to a region of their lower concentration, is known as diffusion pressure. The factors affecting diffusion in plants are, first one, diffusion pressure gradient. It is a difference in diffusion pressure determines the rate of diffusion. The rate of diffusion is directly proportional to the difference in concentration of molecules in two regions. Temperature. The rate of diffusion is directly proportional to increase in temperature. Next is density. The rate of diffusion is inversely proportional to square root of density of gases. Importance of diffusion in plants. The exchange of gases through stomata takes place by process of diffusion, and transpiration occurs by the principle of diffusion. The ions are absorbed by simple diffusion. The food material is translocated by this process. This process keeps the wall of the internal tissues of plant moist, and it is responsible for spreading the ions and molecules throughout the protoplasm. The aroma of flowers is due to diffusion of aromatic compounds to attract the insects. DPD. DPD is diffusion pressure deficit. It is a difference in diffusion pressure between the solution and its solvent, and this term was coined by Meyer in 1938. It has a positive value of 5 atm. Diffusion pressure deficit is a reduction in diffusion pressure of solvent in a system over its pure state. Water is absorbed by a system having higher DPD from another system with lower DPD. DPD is equal to OP minus TP, where all the terms are with positive values. Coming to the next one, that is osmosis. Osmosis is a process by which molecules of a solvent pass from a region of lower concentration to a region of higher concentration through a semi-permeable membrane. Osmotic solutions. There are three different types of solution: isotonic solution, hypertonic, and hypotonic. Isotonic is the one that has the same concentration of solutes both inside and outside. Hypertonic is the one which is a higher solute concentration outside than inside. Hypotonic is the one which has high solute concentration inside the cell than outside. Osmotic pressure is a minimum pressure applied to a solution to stop the flow of solvent molecules through semi-permeable membrane. Osmotic pressure of a solution is proportional to the molar concentration of solute particles in a solution. Exosmosis. Exosmosis is movement of water from outside the cells when a cell is placed in a hypertonic solution. The cell becomes flaccid by movement of water outside. Endosmosis. Here, the substance is placed in a hypotonic solution. The solvent molecules move inside the cell and the cell becomes turgid and undergo deplasmolysis. Turgor pressure. It is exerted by fluid in a cell that presses the cell membrane against cell wall. Turgor, the living plant tissues which are rigid. Loss of turgor resulting from loss of water from plant cells causes the flowers and the leaves to wilt. Wall pressure. It is a pressure exerted by the cell wall on the plant. Opposite to the turgor pressure, and when turgor pressure increases, wall pressure increases. Osmotic potential. The potential of water molecules to move from a hypotonic solution to a hypertonic solution across a semi-permeable membrane. Significance of osmosis. It influences the transport of nutrients. It is responsible for absorption and conduction of water, stabilizes the water and intercellular fluid level, maintain the turgidity of cells. Plants maintain their water content despite the constant water loss due to transpiration. The process controls the cell-to-cell diffusion of water. Osmosis also controls dehiscence of fruits and sporangia. Higher osmotic pressure protects the plants against drought injury. Coming to the next one, that is plasmolysis. It is a shrinkage of protoplasm of a plant cell and is caused due to the loss of water in the cell. It is an example of result of osmosis. Stages of plasmolysis. It takes place in 3 different stages: incipient plasmolysis, evident plasmolysis, and final plasmolysis. Water potential. Water potential is a potential energy of water in a system. It is a measure of how freely water molecules can move in a particular environment or system. It is measured in kilopascals and it is represented by Greek letter psi. Water potential is never positive but has maximum value of 0, which is that of pure water at atmospheric pressure. The movement of water molecules. The water moves from a region of higher water potential or less negative to a region of lower one, that is more negative. For example, in the solution around a cell is hypertonic, higher concentration of solutes, so it has lower water potential than inside the cell. If the cell has partially permeable membrane, allowing the movement of water in and out of it, water will move from inside of the cell where psi of is higher. Outside the cell where psi is lower can lead to death of cells in the living organisms. Cell that is placed in pure water solution could take up water until it bursts and dies. Coming to pressure potential, it refers to the physical pressure exerted by objects or cell membrane on water molecules. Then solute potential depends upon the amount of solute in a solution and it decreases as the concentration of solute increases. Thank you.